There's always going to be people for whom you are not enough. And that's okay. Because it's not your job to prove to other people why they should accept you as a human being, why they should tolerate your existence and treat you with basic human decency and respect, and why they shouldn't treat your feelings and your beliefs as something to either disagree or agree with. Because the people who actually fucking matter in this life won't fucking do that to you. They aren't going to handle you as something to be dealt with, as something to pour their own issues into and reflect their own bullshit into. The people who actually fucking matter will take you as you are and love you anyways. And I know that for those of us who have never experienced that, or what I mean by that is people who have spent years and years and years of their life just dealing with other people's fucking bullshit, it can seem like that's impossible. It can seem like reaching a point where you're just given basic human decency is impossible. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's not impossible. I'm 25 years old, and I didn't have that for the first 22 years of my life. I used to be a completely different person. I used to fucking hate myself, and I used to be addicted to self-harming and other shit that really was just this vicious cycle of self-hatred that came from other people and the environments that I was in not caring about me, not caring about my life, acting like their abuse over me was my fault and that I was just this worthless burden to them, while they would tell me that they love me and while they would tell me that they care about me and then show me how much they hate me and prove to me how much my life didn't fucking matter to these people. And it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter if it's a spouse or a parent or someone at school or someone at your place of religion or whatever the hell it is. It doesn't matter who the fuck it is. Those are not your people. And you can find your people. It's just really, really hard. And it's especially hard right now because, at least in the USA, we're living in a country where they're making protests illegal for people's rights, where they're arresting protests and people who are trying to get more basic human decency for more people, where right now so many people are being forcibly separated from each other on a systemic level. So many people are being hunted, tortured, brutalized, and harmed by the systems in place. And a lot of the people who are having kids are the people with the privileges who aren't affected negatively by the system. And those kids that they have, some of them are going to be people who are negatively affected by this system. And so it's like, you have to find people who are going to understand. And I know that can sound like it's impossible, but it isn't. And it's also like, it is fucking hard out here. It is really hard right now, but you're not alone. And hope is possible. Change is possible. And the one constant and the one absolute in this life is change. You can't run from change. If you run from change, you'll just end up becoming the same as all of these people who've hurt you and hunted you. You have to embrace change and learn to wield it and use it as a positive tool in your life. And the people out there who actually matter won't care if you're different or whatever it is. They'll embrace and love your differences, and they'll love you for your differences. And if you're surrounded right now by people who just make you feel like a criminal for existing and make you feel like a villain for existing, then that's their fucking problem, not yours. And you can embrace it. You can, well, if I'm just going to be treated like this anyways, might as well just wear it. Like, if they're treating you that way anyways, maybe show them what they're fucking asking for. That's also an option. Because if people are just going to be treating you like you're this freak, like you're this villain, like you're this criminal, give them what they're fucking asking for. And I mean that. Reflect what they're fucking asking for, because they're getting away with you being submissive, with you not showing them your anger, and they're expecting you to just take that forever. And you don't have to take that forever. It's better to have nothing than to have something fake for decades. It's better to have nothing than to be surrounded in plastic and bullshit. And that doesn't mean suicide. That I'm not talking about that. I mean, you can restart. You can start over. You can be whoever the fuck you want to be, and anyone telling you otherwise is trying to use you and control you and mold you to what they want you to be. So be who you want you to be. Be what you want you to be. Be who you admire, who you look up to, the examples you feel joy and love in your heart viewing in the world. Those people, you can be them. You can become them. Be what you want to be. Doesn't matter if it makes sense to anyone else or not. If just by existing you're already treated like a criminal, then become a criminal. If just by existing you're treated like a villain, then become a villain. If just by existing you're treated like a scapegoat, then give them what they fucking want. Because why shouldn't you? You're never going to be enough for these people. And they really were never enough for you. They failed you. You didn't do shit, you were a kid.